I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there, but I couldn't resist you. Never felt like that girl, I swear. I probably just run, girl, trying to make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that there's a problem, and I know that it would kill me, kill me, but I can't resist. I'm falling, and I know that this will burn me, burn me, 'cause I'm playing with, yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I'll never learn, and I realize that I probably will burn, 'cause I'm playing with, yeah, I'm playing with. Yeah, I realize that I will never learn, and I realize that I probably will burn. Don't know why I do this. Don't know why I let you play me. But I guess that it is your kiss who made me fall. Yeah, I don't blame me. I know that I should run, girl. Yeah, make this all undone, girl. I never should have kissed you. I never should have gone there. I know that this is problem, and I know
Wow, that was almost perfectly timed with that music to just go away. Hope everyone kind of enjoys that music. I'm going to start recording too. There we go. Welcome back to Fail Along with me. I'm Oddjob, and in this installment of our live stream, we are going to be installing a Cuckoo SandBox for the first time. So for those who didn't play along with us 2 nights ago, we did a live stream and also recorded it. It's on YouTube. Of basically finding the documentation we were going to use for today. And I also have those in the description of this live stream. Will also be in the description of the video when it gets saved to YouTube as well. Okay, so that tells me... Oh god, am I going to have to do that? So basically, we're setting up a Cuckoo SandBox. For those of you who don't know what Cuckoo SandBoxes are, it's a sandbox. Right? Yeah, that totally tells you what it is. A sandbox is a way of ingesting malware, or at least ingesting stuff that may be malware, and being able to tell whether it's malware or not, just by having it run. So basically, we will have a box that is setting up virtual instances of Ubuntu or of Windows or other things, and then it will run the files inside there on stuff like PDF. If it's an executable, it'll run the executable. And the thing is you want those purposefully vulnerable or not patched. Or if you do have them patched, you want them to be a gold image that you would like to check against to see if, although Windows itself might be vulnerable to this attack, maybe your gold image at your company isn't. So that's one good way to actually use this. Right now I've got to check to make sure I have an ISOs folder here in my ESXi box. I got to see if I have a 16.04. Let's see what they're using in this guide. Hopefully I already have this. Hopefully I already have this in here. Okay, yep. Okay, so they are using 16.04. Good. So what I need to do is I need to basically trash this Cuckoo SandBox box. So I'm gonna just go ahead and create a new one anyway because I need to add some stuff. So we're gonna right click. We're going to power off this Cuckoo SandBox. Doesn't take too long. And then we're going to right click and we are going to probably delete this virtual machine. Cool. And now we're going to create / register a virtual machine. So, if you've never created a virtual machine inside ESXi before, this is also how you do that. So, in addition to being a wonderful little fail along with me, you're also going to learn how to do this. But I'm just going to put in Cuckoo. Sure, it can be compatible with 6.5. That's fine. It is going to be Ubuntu 64-bit. So, important to put in there. There. And we want the data store, unfortunately, let's see. Actually, we do have some free space here. But I'm really going to want this probably just to come from here. At least for the first setup. Because I may end up doing this again later. And just not live streaming it because it'll be my own thing. We'll put 8 gigs of memory in this because remember, this is going to have virtual machines within it. So nesting virtualization, not really the best thing to do. We're going to give it 4 CPUs, so that way it can at least have a single or dual core, a couple single or dual core virtual machines running at the same time. LSI Logic Parallel, I believe, is okay. And I have my own stuff here. I believe this needs to be in the DMZ. So, basically, I don't think you'll be able to see it. Let's see if you can. Woo. And let's see if we can turn you around. Get my studio on here. Nope, you really can't see it. Okay, whatever. Basically, I have 4 networks on my little. I have 4 networks on my network. I have 4 subnets. They're controlled, or at least segmented, by a FortiGate firewall. And I'm going to give this, let's give it 100 gigs. Because it's going to be storing virtual machines. So it's going to have a little bit of storage, and it might have to store malware and reports. So let's go ahead and do that. Yeah, this will be fun. So yeah, basically, I might show you that diagram sometime. I can't take it off the wall. It's screwed in there. But basically, I have 4 basic I have 2 DMZ nets, and then I have kind of an attack and defend VNet that I have. I say VNet, it's a VLAN. That I'm going to use later when I have kind of some firewall rules I want to play with, or other technologies in line I want to play with, including stuff behind the defense, the blue team side, if you will. So I'll be able to actually test out various appliances or virtual appliances and things like that later. So that may be something we do later, because I've never done... I won't say I've never done that, but it'll be like, this is brand new. I don't know what this does. Let's see what it does. Let's see if we can stop all the 0 days with an IPS, because of course you can. Let's pop in here. Cool. And by the way, I believe I have my mouth matching the voice now. Apparently with my streaming software, I don't know why it's doing this all of a sudden, but I basically have it now to where it's 100 milliseconds between when it puts the audio to the voice, or to the face. So yeah, you might notice that hopefully my voice is matching my lips. If they don't, please help a brother out and actually say that in the stream, so that way I can check that and possibly fix it. One thing I did forget to put on here is the you do have to put in a CD drive and tell it that we're going to use a data store ISO file. And this comes from Hydra Core. Yes, I called it Hydra. Hail Hydra! Let's do this and select and save. And let's start. And starting off, I don't have IP pools or anything like that put in place for DHCP. I just basically go through the console and get that to work there. So we'll see how that goes. Wow, Blair Gillum retweeted my stream. So thank you, Blair. So yeah, so I probably should have done the installation of Ubuntu 16 anyway, just to like have that done before you guys got here. But again, if you've never done Ubuntu before, then this is how you can install it. There are many ways to install it. Some people get very anal about how you do it. Encrypt the new Ubuntu installation for security. Nah, not really. Don't care. Just erase the disk and install Ubuntu. Yeah, that looks good. And I do live near train tracks, so not trying to DX myself, dox myself, but just letting you know I may have the sound of trains coming through at some point. Okay, this is always fun when you're in a console session and you have to click the continue button. Okay, so my name. I don't think we actually need much here. I think we can actually just call it Cuckoo. And I'm going to call the computer's name Cuckoo SandBox. Pick username, Cuckoo. Choose a password. I'm going to put that off to the right, where you guys can't see it. Cool. Cool. No one would guess that at all, ever. No. So there. Oh. Does that not work? Crap, it doesn't work. Okay, so I'm going to have to be very careful then. Whew. Oh god, that's not good. Okay. You know what? Screw the capitalization. Just do the first one. God damn it. Sorry, I will swear from time to time. Drink every time Oddjob fails to put in his password. Don't do that. Only drink if you... Oh, there we go. Cool. It's now a fair password. So hopefully I mess it up for real, like I messed it up there. Yeah, be very careful of alcohol poisoning, of course. To all our friends at GurCon, you know, cheers. Having fun up there. I wish I actually would have gone there, but I have a thing that pays bills and pays kind of my ability to do this kind of stuff. So... very happy I am here and I'm doing this, because if I was GurCon, I probably would not be live streaming right now. So basically, while this is installing, just to do a very quick overview of where we're at, there is on GitHub, on Boogaroo, or Bugaroo, I'm just going to call him Bugaroo, he has, or she has, or they have, or Sklee has, or Sklur has, a cool little auto install script. Basically, they created this at Bugaroo Offensive Security, which I don't know what a Bugaroo Offensive Security is. Let's check them out real quick. Give them a shout out for doing this. Apparently, they're doing deep learning online fraud prevention. Hey, are they hiring? Anybody out there looking for a job? They might be looking for a job for someone. They don't necessarily submit your application. Oh, please fill out the form. So there wasn't really any kind of, curriculum vitae. So this must be, they don't have the, gotcha. Okay, so they do have one in Miami, they have a Silicon Valley, and then they have a Madrid, which tells me why they choose to call it a curriculum vitae, a CV, rather than a resume. That's interesting, because I don't see CV very often. Interesting. But yeah, so they do online fraud detection, apparently. So I guess they do this. They have a Cuckoo SandBox, I guess they're running, so cool for them. So pretty nice. Anyway, so supported systems. It's not distro dependent. It's just that all the documentation I'm following is Ubuntu. So that's what I'm going with. Also, given that the use of the proprietary VirtualBox edition, this script requires that we've got Debian repo in VirtualBox downloads for your distro. Forcing the distro and config files should make it work in unsupported ones. And these are the folks who authored this. So David Francos and Free Project from Bugaroo.com. So David Garcia and David Francos, thank you very much for what you do. So basically this thing goes through, gives you a little bit of a thing to tell you that you're doing it right. And then you have a sudo equals sudo. So I guess that's the sudo command in case you have something special you want to put in there. The configuration file for tempdir, so you can say make temp-d, lsb release. So some of these look like they may be defaults that they've put in, and then cuckoo user equals cuckoo, which we've already got, so I don't know if that will mess things up. And then there's volatility download, the VirtualBox repo, there's the cuckoo repo, the yar repo, and the janson repo. Then log equals make temp, and then upgrade equals false. So you can override any of these variables in the config file. So it looks like they probably do this already, and you don't really have to do much more. And it also accepts parameters. So usage cuckoo auto install.bash. I'll make it verbose so that we get to see everything that's going to happen, because that's a good thing. Add a password as root for the cuckoo, for the user cuckoo created by the script. Password cuckoo. Okay, cool. VBox manage import virtual machine.ova. Okay, so that's when we're creating the virtual machines. And then, do they have anything like that up there? No. And then add the virtual machines with host only option. Okay, fbox manage. So I think this is after it installs. Yeah. And then configure cuckoo, execute cuckoo. And then after you execute cuckoo. Anyway, so that's kind of a how-to. This actually, though, will go through and show you what is going on. Let's check our, yeah, leave closed. Let's go ahead and check on our lovely Ubuntu. Ubuntu install complete. Go ahead and restart. And so I'm going to have to assign it an IP address if it didn't already get a DHCP address from FortiGate. So we'll have to check on that real quick. By the way, I tell you a very terrible joke. I just had a customer on a phone call just a couple hours ago say, yeah, we want to get the lay of the LAN. Lay of the LAN. Yeah. Wow. I about punched somebody across VoIP. That was painful. No one was laughing. I really love that no one was laughing when he said it. Nobody, but him. He was laughing, but nobody else was laughing, and so I like that. Cool. So I guess we're waiting for some stuff to finalize there. Could always just pop the music back on because, you know, let's wait. So yeah, so this is really funny because there was a security company, or at least a fraud prevention company, that created this script. But then this other company, Inviso, their labs, Inviso Labs, went ahead and created a little guide on how they do a painless install. So they say they're using this auto install script. So they say, before we do a walkthrough of the script, let's pause a moment to consider what it takes to set up a malware analysis environment. The type of malware analysis performed by Cuckoo can be classified as dynamic analysis. This malware sample is executed in a controlled environment, and its behavior is observed. As most malware targets the Windows operating system, you will need to create a Windows VM. You will need to step out of your role as a blue team member to prepare this VM. This VM has to be vulnerable as possible. And then to properly analyze malicious Office documents, you will use an older, unpatched version of Microsoft Office. And you'll have to disable macro security. You want the macros to run as soon as the document is open without user interaction. Take your hardening policies guidelines, do the opposite. It will be fun, they said. And then using the auto install. With installing Cuckoo with auto install is easy. You basically prepare your VM and export it to the OVA format. Update the script with your VM settings and execute it as root. We will discuss how you can create Cuckoo analysis VMs in a follow-up blog post. It's best that your Ubuntu OS is up to date before you launch the script. Otherwise, you might encounter errors with Cuckoo. So, kind of important to do the update. So let's just pop back in here and make sure we are. I don't like what I'm seeing there. I might just reboot it though. Reset. I don't know if you can hear that fan. Oh, there we go. That looks a little better. SandBox host not controller not. Oh, okay, cool. Screw whatever that was. Let's just go ahead and give him let's just go ahead and give him a prompt. Awesome. We love that. So, very cool. Oh, I hope that was my password. Nope, that wasn't the password either. Oh, this is gonna be bad. Can OJ even put in his password correct? Ah, so I really just didn't do it. Oh, no, it's the 5 thing, so it's gonna come back. I think. Oh, nope, it logged me in. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. So let's get terminal up. Looks like I do have a... haha, used IPA. Cool, so that is my... So 172.2 is my address that I'm currently using. I could probably pop in on SSH. And I think I'm going to. So SSH Cuckoo at 172.16.172.2. Connection refused. Oh, probably because I don't have it set up as a DHCP server or a SSH server. That's true. That's fine. I can set that up in a bit. Let's see here. We do want to do a sudo apt update. Oh, there. Oh, no, they've been ignored. Interesting. Failed to fetch. Oh, can I not? Yep. I got on there. Clear signed file isn't valid. Got no split. Does the network require authentication? No. So, no split. So let's just quickly look at a thing. I had the same issue. Turns out apt-get uses for the proxy settings. settings. Making app.conf match my browser proxy settings. When you're having such issued, first make sure the DNS can resolve the links. Okay. Alright, that's a good thing to check. Keep forgetting where I'm actually at. So I should be able to dig for us.archive.ubuntu.com. I get resolutions. So let's try it again. Okay. No. Interesting. Interesting. I don't think... Do we need this thing? Cats. Let's do that. So we'll do cat etsy apt. cd etsy apt cat apt.com. Advanced persistent thread. So there's a .d. It's a directory. Okay, so do I need to touch apt.conf? Sudo touch apt.conf. Ah. vi, sudo vi. Vim. Let's see if it has Vim on it already. Not found. Okay, cool. That's even better. VI is always good. And acquire HTTP proxy. So I'm going to pop this over here so I can easily see it. And then acquire. I've never had to do this on Ubuntu, by the way. Even on 16. Has anybody else seen that? I don't have any proxies. So perhaps there we go. Perhaps all I need to do is just this. And then I think that's actually all I need. And I'll do an acquire HTTPS. Okay. Cool. Now let's try this. Okay, no. So that's clearly not it. This is really weird. Okay, so this is definitely a network issue, really. Interesting. Like, why is that a problem? wget http.com us.archive.ubuntu.com/ubuntu dists Zenial in release. I cannot write to in release. Permission denied. Seriously? Sudo. Yeah, so, like... Why ever for art thou? Perhaps someone on my stream is... Nope. Nobody's saying anything yet. Let's see here. Let's pop in another thing. Because this is pretty sad if we're going to fail at Ubuntu. I have never had this happen. Let's do this. Let's see. Need to edit or create that. Okay, so let's see what the sources list says. Oh, don't need that. Don't need that either. So that's going to be... actually, we're already in here, so I should be able to just cat sources.list. Yeah, I mean, it's all looking good there. DEB source, archive main restricted. Yeah, all this stuff goes. I mean, I could try this. Yep. Okay, cool. Interesting. Let's do a... Ah. You need super user permissions. Okay. I mean, that's cool and everything. But I did do sudo apt-get update. That's so weird. Alright, so chmod var cache app info Zapier default -r. Again, I've never had this happen before. Yep, that's not it either. Okay. Okay, now we're just going to be root at update. Okay, so it's not a root issue. This is a weird network issue then. Trace route us.archive.ubuntu.com. Not that. Com. Oh, I don't have trace route. Do I seriously not have trace route on here? How do you not have trace route? What? Yeah, we're getting all that. We're getting there. For some reason would oh god, it's never the firewall. It's never the firewall. But perhaps is it the firewall? Mayhaps it is the firewall. Yeah. Watch Odd Job fail to even do Ubuntu, they said. It's gonna be fun, they said. Do I not have the ability to... It's like, is my firewall just like wigging out? I'm on the appropriate network. Interesting. Let's try this. I hate browsers. Oh, wait. Oh, no, don't tell me it's doing this. Oh, this is going to be fun. I might actually have to drop the stream because there may be an IP conflict with my modem, actually. Because I think my modem is on that same IP. Lasai. So I might have to jump off real quick and then jump back on. If that's okay with everybody. It'll have to be okay, because that's just what we're going to have to do. So, I will see you guys in a few seconds while I find the root cause of this weird network issue. I am terribly sorry for this. See you soon.